Hello. Today I'm going to be just showing you in real time how I prep an order from my Etsy shop and how I've grown the confidence to understand that my work is valuable and what I make is really useful to people, but it also gives them good impact. Now, I designed this card because I didn't think I'd seen a swimmer one in a shop. And I thought, what if I drew a swimmer jumping into a pool and then it was sort of splashing everywhere, which fits in with my wet on wet kind of technique that I use sometimes. I scanned it and now I'm printing it as an art card and it's selling really well on my Etsy shop. As you can see, I've stamped the back. Now today I'm going to show you a couple of things, just an insight into how I make sure that people enjoy real art. I used my computer to put this together. I'm just holding it here so you can read it. Somebody said to me, wouldn't it be good? A lot of people, they don't take my cards down after the obligatory week on the mantelpiece, and they often leave them up for ages, and some people want to frame them. And wouldn't it be good if I put tips on the back of the card for, framing them, like the size of the card and stuff like that? We assume that people know or have got a ruler. They don't always, and they're not always sure what size frame to get and stuff like that. So I put together these tips, made them into a sticker. And now, before I send a card out, I stick it to the back of the card. Not something you'll normally see on a card that you've got in a high street shop. And it just makes it a bit more special for the person to turn it over and realise it's a handmade card. Nice, huh? So that's one little touch that I do. Now, this card is for someone called Lucianne, okay? And I've got a bit of a habit lately of shaking these. This is my calligraphy pen. Shaking these 1, 2, 3 times just to make sure the inks come down. I do leave them with nib down in the pot when I put it away with the lid. But sometimes they have dried out a bit on the end. So I'm just going to practice. Lovely. Practice is one of those words, isn't it, where it's got a C if it's just a noun and an F if it's a verb. How about that? Did you know that? So, following my own advice, I'll always hold the tip of the pen pointing up to the right, or if you were left-handed, you have it up to the left. And I'm going to write the name first. In fact, I'm going to write the whole thing that I'm going to write, not just to warm up my hand, also warm up the pen. I know, you're like, oh really, it's a felt tip pen? Yeah, really. Have you ever gone to write one of the birthday cards and you've used a biro or a ballpoint pen and the first letter you always need to go over it? Well, it's that kind of mentality. Now, Lucianne is all one word, so I'll very often, I'm not going to join the L here, L, Lucy, and it doesn't have an E on the end. And sometimes I'll say it out loud because I just don't want to waste a card. I can make another one, but it's a pain. So I can see that that's going to fit if I write it in that size writing. This is just so people scrap paper. I'm not definitely sure I like the way I've done the L there, so I'm just going to try a couple of different things. Now, she has asked for it with a capital L, so maybe this would be not very good because it would make her feel like it's just a normal word. Let's try have it shorter because I'm not sure going all the way underneath it works. I actually think that that's going to be better. This is grander, but this is better. So happy birthday, Lucianne is what she'd like. Well, no wonder that it's not available in the shops because that's quite a cool name and it's a little bit different. So let's go for it. So I've already written that out. I know roughly what size my letters, what height it's going to be. Okay, so I know about the H. And I'm going to begin here with the downstroke, keeping my pen up to the right-hand side all the time. And I'm going to hold the card steady. I've washed my hands before I've done this as well. Oh, look. I've literally just done that off camera with my stamp while I was putting it away. So I'll make sure that my fingers are clean by putting them on white paper first. They are. I hold the card down with my left hand or my other hand from what I'm writing with. And off we go. Breathing in on the upstroke, down on the outstroke. And it is true, the slower that I do this, the better the lettering. Sometimes I've done one a little bit too quickly and I've looked back at it and thought, oh no, I think I rushed that and now it doesn't look so good. It's well worth it. Just think about the considerable time that you're saving if you had to do it all over again, okay? So just slow down and enjoy it because you're going to enjoy how it looks afterwards. I'm not going to exaggerate my breathing. Just know that I'm doing it. I am breathing. I do my T last, the crossing of the T, and I'm very aware of the fact that those letters are quite tall and I'm being careful how I space them going up. Now, sometimes with the T, I don't know why it is, but I tend to make it a bit too short. So I just lengthen it slightly when I put the crossbar on. Ooh. And then Lucian, we're going to go with this one here. Forgot there whether I put a loop at the bottom. There you go. Really get on that Y there. Got no E at the end. I'm saying that out loud so I don't accidentally put one on. There you go. Oh, I'm really pleased with that actually. Now you'll notice I haven't put the I dot on yet. Always cap up the pen when you finish because I'm going to use these sparkly gems as the dots. Ooh. If you drop them, it's all right. You can just get one in your nail. I always put it into position and then press it down. Okay. I like to use one of these gems at the end of a letter because I think it gives it a nice finish and the start of a name. So the start and end. If the name doesn't have any I's or J's in it or anything with a dot. And I'm just going to repeat that with the other words. So this is a bit different, bit of a different tip I'm giving you today. So each word has a gem dot at the end and the end and the beginning of it. Now, because it's splashy water, I'm now going to stick gems all over the page. You can get these anywhere. You can even get them in Poundland. I'm not being sponsored by Poundland though, I'd just like to say. I'm not endorsing them. But you can get them in Home Bargains, you can get them in Poundland. They're not particularly expensive things. Now, I am careful what material I'm using because I don't want it to degrade over time if I buy something cheap. So like paper is very important to me, the quality of it, because otherwise the art would just disintegrate. I'm going to put some in between the words there as well to sort of spread it out. But with things like this, I know that this will stay with the art. I'm going to put one on a hat as well. Woo! Just for fun. Okay. And that will imply that there's gems everywhere. Do you know what? I get a bit carried away when I do these gems. Look, that's like waters everywhere. But that's where I'm at. Okay. You can just see the light catching them there. What I was saying is that with the gems and things like that, I know they'll stay with the art. I'm just working on something at the moment and I've used biodegradable glitter because using plastics and stuff like that's going to get chucked out. It's not a good thing, or something worn off or something like that. But these will stay with the art. So I'm confident that buying them from something like Poundland or something like that is a way to go. So, and I get through quite a lot. So I've pressed all those down, made sure they're there. I'm going to make sure I've checked the back there, slip the envelope in. And also, again, I use one of these cellophane envelopes. I haven't purchased biodegradable ones yet or recycled ones in any way. And the reason is because of the feedback I've got is that actually sometimes people keep them in them. So they get kept. So they're not just discarded in the bin. So again, I'm still using those at the moment and I'm using them to protect them. And for that case, they're not biodegradable. Otherwise, they would just dissolve, which is no good. So a little bit like glass on the front of a frame. That's what I'm using those for. I've also made up some leaflets I have in my stock anyway about other things that I do, and I send these out sometimes to special customers so that next time they get a little discount if they leave me a good review on my page. And that is how I do an Etsy order. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks as ever for supporting me. It really, really spurs me on, and it really makes me want to make more art. It's you that makes a difference. So thank you very much. It might seem a small thing for you. I hope that you're learning, and I hope you're getting inspired by me. Hey, who knows? Might even inspire you to do your own shop. Look how easy it is. Thanks for tuning in. Speak to you soon.